Hey, welcome to another dialogue, and this is Clark, and I'm with Kevin in Shanghai.
In Shanghai together.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, me and Kevin, we work, back in Canada together a long time ago. Man, it was a long time ago.
Long time ago.
Yeah, and when I joined this venture, I said, we need some really good, narrative thing that can happen in the world, and
Invited me
I
to
saw
the
about
project.
him, exactly.
Yeah.
And but it was challenging. It was challenging because I was already in Shanghai, and Kevin is still in Montreal, and that's literally 12 to 13 hours away.
Yeah, it depends on the season.
Exactly.
In the summer it's 12 hours, in the winter it's 13 hours.
Yeah, it's challenging. It's challenging. So, with the game being, iterated so much and so quickly, we have to, talk to each other all the time. The time.
Yeah, we literally for the first several months we were literally talking every single day. We'd spend time. Clark would ramp me up on what the game is, and then we'd just brainstorm where we want this game to go. What do we want the story to be? What's the lore of the world? They were good calls because we hadn't worked together for a while.
For a couple of years, yes.
It was a really good way to reconnect and get to know each other. And it's always hard working remotely.
Yeah.
So doing those daily calls was a really strong and fast way for us to reconnect and get in sync again.
Yeah. And what is interesting is, because of COVID, everything, because we already in remote way, we kind of blending in, right?
It's true. Yeah. Yeah. It was, we'd already spent, I think all of us had already spent 2 years or so working remote. So this idea of working it over the computers was not new to any of us. I think what was new for me was I had to get up at 7 in the morning and start work every day right at 7. That was a little hard, but now I'm used to it.
Yeah, we're getting old and we always wake up early.
That's right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. We have conversations where we debate stuff, we disagree, and we go back and forth. And that's actually some of the stuff I love.
Oh man, that's perfect.
Yeah.
We just had that this morning.
We did. We had this morning. We were just talking about one of the upcoming seasons, and we discussed this way, and it's like, no, how about this? No, how about this? And we landed
exactly something we both like.
And we consistently do land at a better spot where we walk away going, that's better than both the ideas we had.
Yeah. I mean, we worked together before, right? In Canada, and even that. I mean, all those development environment, I think is important to. I mean, not really finding compromise. It's actually, those sparkling, gonna happen during those kind of different opinions, and that's exactly what happened. And even this morning I was mentioning we were like, onto the future seasons gameplay and how that really tie into the story, right?
Yeah.
And Kevin had a pitch, and part of it I'm not 100% sure, but again, from my point of view, is always okay. That's cool, but what if we do another small tweak? We can make this better. I pitch back, and then he pitched back again.
How about this?
Exactly. Yeah. I think exactly the beauty of making games, because no one's perfect, and no one's always right.
No one's always right.
Yeah. No, yeah, it's some really early draft, and even before Kevin comes in, we were just writing some baseline of what the world should be, because you have to be tying into the gameplay, right? Because the game, how that works, what the lore or what the core mechanic in there have to echo back from the story. So we had a lot of exploration and a lot of drawing, until Kevin comes in and then starting to really tighten up everything together from all the angles, which really fundamentally changed how the game feels, which is a really, really good thing.
Yeah, I think it was interesting too, because I think the lore that you had when I came on, the game had evolved a bit. And so the lore wasn't quite in line with the game anymore. And so what we did was we really just looked at it together and brought it back in line and made sure that the world of and the lore of our game fit with what you're actually doing in the game. One of the biggest changes that happened after I joined was we took a hard look at the game. It was called Synced Off Planet. And we were looking at the gameplay, and we were looking at the fantasy of you're trying to get off the planet. And we realized there's a disconnect. In the gameplay, you're never trying to get off the planet. You want to stay on the field. You want to stay in the world. And so we had a lot of discussion about that because it's a big deal to change a game's name. You know, we weren't sure we wanted to do that, but we were also saying that's not what the game is. You never get off the planet. So after a lot of discussion with a lot of people, we ended up saying, all right, let's make the call. We need to align the lore with what's happening in the game. And so we removed Off Planet, and now we've got Synced.
I have the Japanese version.
I know you do. Yeah. You keep reminding me of that. I know.
Yeah. No, I think about the title, I think it actually gave us more space. Before we called Synced Off Planet, it automatically have a subtitle. Under that, we kind of we limited what the world could be, but we simplified that as a synced, and it actually gave us more option in the future that it could be synced, blah blah blah, right? And that actually can make sure that the world can evolve into different
anything we want.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
I think that is a simpler but stronger title to the game.
So, for example, today we were talking about something we wanted to do for season 2, and it was about moments that we have with a specific runner, and how do we make this specific moment happen? And it was a bit of a technical. It's tricky because it's a game that's team based. You're in this living, breathing world. How do we make sure that we make this moment happen? And on the narrative side, I had an idea of how I thought it should be presented. And of course, it creates technical challenges and creative challenges. And so, I came with my idea. I think we should present this moment this way. And Clark was like, maybe. How about this way?
Because in my head, when I'm hearing that pitch, first of all, I love that pitch, and I also think that we need to give a specific moment to the player. That the story gonna flow, but another part of me was thinking that the game is really about team-based. It's a multiplayer environment, and our game is like literally like pace after pace. There's always things happening. We cannot really 100% take away of the control of a player if you're with your friend, right? Otherwise you're gonna be the bad guy, right?
Exactly.
So we're in the middle of, okay, well, we want to show the story moment, but we don't want to take away from players' control. What do we do, right? So that's where, okay, then I pitch back another idea, say, look, we're not really taking away all the control from player, but we're gonna still present it in a way. I mean, it's a whole package, right? It's involving visual, you're involving sound, involving a lot of aspects to make that moment shine or stand out. While you're still having control.
While you're still having control. And of course, these are moments that the player has opted into. They've decided, I want to hear this story moment. So it was like, well, how do we allow for them to get the story moment that they have asked for without being the jerk on their team?
Exactly. and also, I think the most important, another thing is very important to me. The reason why we wanted to do this, to start with, is the game still need the story to evolve, right? We need to see that the every one of them in this world have something going on. It's not just a go there and then kill some bad guys. It's not that simple. Right?
The entire world is evolving through every season. The world and the runners are evolving.
And also for players, they're really caring about stories or the world building. They will be appreciating this type of effort.
We want them to make sure that they can enjoy those moments.
Exactly. Yeah, so that's pretty much today's episode, and it was fun. It was a fun chat.
I enjoyed it.
I mean, seriously, that's the first time we were like on the same camera.
I know. Yeah, we haven't done that in ages. I think it's the first time ever.
Exactly.
I don't think we've ever done this before.
Yeah, we should do more.
We should do a lot more.
Exactly.
I'll have to come to Shanghai more.
Yeah, it's a beautiful place.
It's a beautiful place. You can come to Montreal.
I will. I will. I miss that place. That town. Anyway, so stay tuned for our next episode, and more interesting stuff to talk about.
Thanks for joining us.